You know, there's something we've been wanting to do for a while, and last year we didn't really do a recap of the year in review like we typically do. Today's gonna be something a little bit different because it's not necessarily from last year.
Yeah, we really wanted to highlight some of our favorite cooks, but instead of doing a year in review, so to speak, we want to do a little bit of a collage, if you will, of some of our favorites, and we're gonna start with some of our favorite breakfast cooks.
This is something we would like to do going forward, but please comment below if you like the idea of a longer video. A lot of people have reached out and said they really like when they can just run our videos in the background, and so we thought let's do kind of like a one-stop shop. If this is like we're doing eggs 3 ways.
That's much, yeah, eggs 3 ways.
Pancakes, and then our favorite, that hash brown omelet. That was
so good.
One of our favorites.
So big.
So without further ado, we want to roll the footage, and like I said, comment below and let us know if you enjoy this. The idea from time to time of us just doing a collage of some of our favorites. So without further ado, here's the footage.
I can't believe the WALTWINS. They're right there. That's one of them. That's the other one.
I'm the other one. Today we are throwing down eggs 3 ways.
So simple, so smooth.
On the Pit Boss Sierra griddle. We really wanted to highlight and show off how well this works, especially with eggs. And that's one of the comments we got early on was, I bet eggs just slide right off, and guess what?
We're here to show you how, well, you're right, they do.
They do, absolutely. So this is gonna be really simple. We're gonna get to the process, but Brett, let's talk about the groceries so people know exactly what's going in this.
More like the grocery.
Yes.
Here you go. Eggs, we're gonna be using some unsalted butter as well, and salt and pepper. Not pictured milk, because we're not using it for this scrambled eggs.
That's why it's not. And we are using the Chef Jet Tila method of scrambled eggs, which is without milk. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about that because I like some milk in my eggs. Milk or cream, something like that to fluff them up. But he swears by this method, so we're gonna pass it on to you and we'll tell you how good it is. Brett, let's go ahead and get to the cook, man.
Here we go.
All right, so we've got the griddle on right now. What we decided to do is we've got the middle burner on to low. Originally we were gonna turn it all on, but we're just doing eggs. We don't need a big hot plate. So all of this will warm up, but we want it low in the middle, which is where we're gonna cook our eggs. So we've got it set. We've already got a thin layer of oil on it from our seasoning layer, and now we're just gonna add a little bit of butter, and then we're gonna get going on this. Nice, all right.
Pretty.
It's really pretty, just like a guy I know.
Me?
Well.
Am I a guy you know? Yes or no?
Touche. Am I a guy you know? Yes or no?
Answer now.
I love that garbage right there. Little salt.
He tasted that egg.
I've done that before and I've added a lot of salt. So a little pepper.
Get to know not just your tools, but also your shakers.
Your movers and your shakers. But look at that. Look at that thing is just sticking right there in that one spot. We'll let that cook.
One thing that we love about this unit is the fact that we can kind of make it level. The slab of cement that we're on slants back a little to the back here, but we are able to screw the leg up underneath to raise it, so that is giving us a very level surface, so we love it.
I had to check it. I know this propane tank is low, so we still got it. And this is the thing, we're able to control this. Look at this. Look at that nonstick. Look at that. That thing is slicker than snot, like they say in the business.
Slick as snot. And wow, look at that magical egg, the jumping egg.
Oh man, you kind of missed your butter.
You saw that?
Your butter.
I will say that is a first, where the egg could not wait to get out of its shell.
Right? Did you see that?
I did. We got it on camera.
All right. So while that's going, as we see here, so all we're waiting for this is to cook through. But what I'm happy about, there's no burn. Look at how white that still is under there. Brett just made the point. This was off. This is warm but not hot. We didn't let it get hot enough.
That looks like the fake egg they use in the commercials. Right. It does. It slides right off on the plate. Okay, now we're gonna come in quick here.
Nice.
There, and
there.
Now,
this is when we salt and pepper.
Is if you're doing over easy, wait till you flip the eggs, because you don't want any of the salt or pepper can possibly puncture the yolk.
All right, so I did leave this on just a little bit too long. Brett's giving me a hard time. Look, a little brown around the edges, but otherwise that thing is cooked to perfection. And let's go ahead and pull this off. Look at that. Look at that. And then Brett, so he broke the yolk.
A bit, no worries.
But look at that. Just a little crisp on the edges is all. Look at that. That is beautiful. I did leave it on a little bit too long, as Brett pointed out. So we'll set those aside, and Brett, let's go ahead and get ready for some scrambies. So like we said, we're gonna do 4 eggs.
I'd run 1,000 miles if I could run.
All right, so I'm just gonna mix these up. Get a good consistency. We're gonna put a touch of salt, a touch of pep. And that is it. All right, that's about as scrambled as we're going to get it. And again, no milk in these. This is just pure eggs. All right, so we're gonna take these over and Brett is going to prep a spot for us.
Yes, in fact, I'm gonna turn this side off. We're here still low over here. I'm just gonna look how quick.
All right, so Brett's gonna clear that off. Look at that. Look at how easy that is.
That just.
Okay, so go ahead and get some butter.
And then Adam usually prefers just get a nice little cut, but I'm gonna cut.
Oh,
mine.
Brett's doing it the old school way. I like to get a nice cut piece there. All right, and let's see if we leveled the griddle well enough.
Oh, we did.
Look at that, right there in the middle. Right in the middle of the griddle. Is that so satisfying right up here? Look at this. Look at this. This is how you do eggs on the Pit Boss Sierra griddle.
'Cause you can.
Look at that. And we could just take and fold this in if we wanted to. Look at this.
Who knew we were turning scrambled eggs into an omelet?
And listen, we could totally omeletize this if we wanted to.
Omeletize. Adam just came up with a new breakfast word.
I am so
Omeletize.
impressed with this. Just completely became.
Oh my
Did we say
gosh.
scrambled eggs? We meant an omelet. We're making an omelet today.
that
Look
is
at this.
beautiful.
This is the most satisfying right here reason that you get. The Pit Boss Sierra griddle.
Oh,
this
my,
is it.
if this is not like the crowning moment of this machine,
Right?
I don't
Grab
know what
the
is.
plate. Let's go ahead and plate these up. We'll eat them up and we'll talk about this. This is incredible.
By the way, this was all in real time, about a minute and a half?
Right? Look at those.
Look at those
Look how
eggs.
fluffy. And then you could break those up however you want, big chunks, small
my
chunks.
gosh,
But that's
Adam.
it. Brett, let's
Hold on.
turn this off.
Hold on.
Brett, you got to get on the cleanup, man.
Yeah, I better get started now because it's going to take me 30 seconds.
I think you're overestimating. It's going to take you 15.
Yeah, I'm just about done.
All right, let's go ahead and eat this up.
For all the times we've made pancakes on the griddle, we've never made them from scratch. And that changes today. Do you want to see how we make these delicious, buttery, fluffy pancakes from scratch? Stick around while we dig in. We've got this melted butter right here, and then salt, sugar, baking powder, eggs, flour, whole milk, and right here, we're using a spring tree maple syrup to top them with.
You know, we love having Parker here with us. Cannon's over here getting set up on the sound. Cannon, poke your head in here.
There he
Got
is.
his hair.
His hair looks fantastic. He didn't see his hair until right at that moment that you saw it.
Oh man, he's out here helping us. It's a beautiful morning. It's a humid morning today.
And it's great to be alive and living in Central Florida. We love
Ain't
it.
that the truth? We love
Yes.
it. But super excited that Parker gets to help us with this one. He's gonna walk us through this like we said, right? You excited? And he's gonna be doing some dad jokes along the way with us. He's got a lot of puns, right?
Yeah, I'm very funny.
Yes,
See,
he's
boom,
one
right
funny
there,
dude.
just right off the
Boom,
bat.
Off
Boom.
the bat. But let's go ahead and get to the cook.
Here we go.
Oh, let's get to the prep, and then we'll get to the cook. First things first, though, we got to set the griddle to medium low. Let's do this. I know he's gloving up, but Parker, why don't you go ahead and fire up the griddle here?
Got it.
Okay. Yep, we're gonna turn it onto the flame.
The flame?
Yep.
All three of them. There you go.
Yep. Push the button. Give it a start. That's all started up.
Yep.
And then
So if this is low, then this would be about medium.
About
Yep.
7, about the 7 if you're looking on a clock.
yep, bring it down just a little because we want about 35 past the hour, right? Yep. Good job. All right, Parker, let's go ahead and get Brett going here.
All right, so what am I doing first?
You're gonna pour all that flour into the mixing bowl.
Oh,
and
just
then-
dump it?
Yeah, just dump it.
Okay, cool.
So next, You're gonna pour in the sugar.
Which is the big one.
Basically, you're taking your dry ingredients, right?
Yeah, you're just taking all the dry ingredients and pouring them in that bowl.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what.
Sugar.
Salt,
Salt.
baking powder.
Salt is being a little stubborn with the humidity
Excuse
out
me.
here.
Baking powder. Come again.
Baking powder, and then
You're gonna mix those, right?
you're gonna mix them.
Make sure everything is evenly mixed.
Okay.
And then what are we doing? Then we're gonna take our old flour bowl. We're gonna wipe this down real quick so we can mix the eggs and the wet ingredients with it.
All right, that is wiped out.
Cup and a half of milk.
Okay, so you're gonna measure that. So that's 2 cups. So we'll use most of that and then measure, make sure.
A little more. All right.
Okay.
Is that all but a half?
Nope, right there.
Good enough to be perfect. Okay, and then you're gonna put the 2 eggs.
The 2 eggs.
And then you're gonna whisk those for the biscos.
Whiskos for the
Whisk
biscuit.
those for the biscuits. And you can also toss in your butter.
The melted
Now
butter.
the butter is optional. This is cooled melted butter. So there is our cooled melted butter. It started to solidify just a little. You do still want it liquid for that melted butter, but that's okay. All right, go ahead and whisk that.
Whisk that for the biscuit.
Thanks.
That's quite the whisking maneuver there.
That's a whiskey maneuver. You hear him, Brett?
That's a whisk I'm willing to take.
All right, time to mix. Time to mix the wet with the...
Dry.
All right, I think you're right.
So I just go and I whisk as I pour, or what?
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to... Yes. Yep, there you go.
So you just whisk it until it's
All
whisked.
combined.
Yeah.
And you're not going to necessarily get out all the chunks, which is fine. Basically, you're just getting a nice batter
Batter,
consistency.
And we also got to remember we still have half a cup of milk, and we can add more if needed. Is that right?
Yes. So if the consistency's a little too thick, you can add more of the milk to
Thin it out.
thin it out. Yeah.
See, we need a little more.
Yep, we need more milk.
Just a little more milk. Let's go about half of that. Good job. That's good. Good job, Parker.
Mhm. I'll thin out the pancakes because we don't want thick pancakes.
Yep.
Won't be as fluffy.
We don't want hockey pucks. We want pancakes.
Yes.
What do you think?
That's about
That's
the
a good, smooth
good
consistency for what you make it with the pre-made, right?
Yep.
Let's go ahead and switch angles and let's get our cook on. All right, we got the second angle set up. I did turn the griddle to low for now because it was really hot, even at that medium low setting.
Think about these Ultimate Griddles and the Sierra. It gets so hot. They get very, very hot.
Right. If you got a Coca-Cola, now's the time to drink it. He's got his pouch full of Coca-Colas down there. He just cracked one open. Let's get to the cook.
All right, here we go. We're going to do one at a time here.
As you lay, and you can make your pancakes as big or as small as you like. You can make them any size you like. Good silver dollar or larger. Okay. Apparently, Brett only wants to make 3 pancakes today. 3 pancakes. Oh, man. All right, that's good, because those are going to continue to grow a little bit. All right, here, let me wipe you off there.
Thanks, pal.
Yep.
Good looking out, battle buddy.
Yep. We'll do 5, I guess.
Apparently.
All right, go one more. I did turn it back up to medium low. All right, looks like we got enough for one more, but we'll wait a little bit. Oh, let me get you. All right. Now, Parker, do we know what we're looking for before we flip?
So basically, you want it to be a thicker consistency. Like, you'll see it rise up more. Like, look at these ones. I think these ones are almost ready to flip.
Also, we're seeing golden brown around the outside. Okay.
And then also another thing. Why are they called flapjacks? They should be called flatjacks.
Flapjacks, not flapjacks.
Flappity flap. Okay, let's check just kind of lift it just a little bit because it'll stay. Oh, look at that. GBD, baby. Okay.
And then flip it. Make it nice and quick. Go. Boom.
Good
Look
job,
at that.
bud. All right.
That is a flat jack
Nice.
if I've ever seen one. Adam?
That is. All right, if you're familiar with griddle cooking, you know that the different areas of the griddle, even though you have them on the same level as far as we have medium low to low, there's still going to be different temperatures at different areas of the griddle.
I think it's ready.
Did you get the plate out?
Yep, looks good enough. It's a little bit lighter, but that one's good to go. Good job. All right, and you want to check these, or the front of these aren't going to cook. There you go. Dude, you're doing
Yeah,
a
I'll
good job.
scoot that kind of towards
You
the
can
back.
push it back a little bit.
See, this one has like a little.
Push this
cheetah
one up a
pattern.
little. Yep. Little cheetah pattern. I like it. You want to check this one? Okay, you can pull it back. You can go a little bit longer. There you go.
Let me check this one actually.
Dude, I like this hands-off
Yep.
approach. This is awesome.
This
the way
is
to cook.
great. We should have just done this the whole time.
Yeah, what, we've been wasting our time doing all the cooking. Get the children
Cheetahs
to
never
do it.
prosper. Cheetahs never prosper.
Yep, those are holds. Let's go ahead and flip them.
Nice.
Good
Boom.
job, dude. He gets them the edge. He's
This
got
is
that figured
clearly not Parker's first rodeo when it comes to flipping pancakes.
out. Little golden brown right there.
GBD, baby.
See, this is the perfect pancake right there.
That is. How's that one looking up all the way to the right?
This one.
Oh. You can smell the
I think
buttery
it's good.
goodness.
Okay. Flip
Go ahead
it.
and nope,
Give
it doesn't need to be flipped.
Okay. Look at that. All right. Let's check
Yeah, that's
this one.
perfect, brother.
Check this one.
It
That
needs
one
more.
could use a
Yeah.
little longer. This one's good.
All right, there we go. How are these ones?
These ones, I'll check. This one's good.
All right, here we go. There's your plate, my good man.
This one you can still see some dough in there.
Okay. Brett has a knack for nailing the pour. Those are all the exact same size. Oh man, there we go. Next one.
Same size.
All right, we've got. Is that the last one?
Yep. So let me do this.
In case you're wondering how much two cups of flour makes, exactly 6 this size pancakes.
6 this size pancakes. And there's enough to do maybe a little silver dollar size.
Yeah. So, you know, we were just talking about this griddle surface. We always say griddle cooking in general is superior for breakfast. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, in
Bacon-
fact, a lot of times, sorry to cut you off, but a lot of times when we tell people that we're griddle cooks, they quickly assume, oh, just breakfast, because a lot of people think that griddle cooking is just for breakfast, but it's not, even though we're cooking breakfast here.
right? Right, but the way this cooks with the eggs and pancakes, I mean, look at that. It just slides right off.
All of these pancakes strangely seem to have the same exact pattern on them.
Right? All right, so we're gonna kill the heat. We're gonna get ready for some B-roll, and I think I get to participate in the B-roll. I think I get a do the goods on that one.
Fine.
Let's do this.
We've made hash browns on the griddle. We've made omelets on the griddle. Today, we're combining the two to make what we anticipate maybe our best breakfast cook to date. You want to see how we make these hash brown omelets? Stick around while we dig in.
We've got some fresh potatoes,
shredded,
hash browns.
shredded, rinsed, squeezed out with cheesecloth dried out, and they're pinking out, so we gotta hurry.
That's what I was gonna say. We've got some potatoes that need to be tossed on the griddle. So Brett, hurry and get to the groceries so we can get this cook going.
All right here we have shredded 3 potatoes, and they are sitting here in this bowl. And then we are going to be using onions, tomatoes, ham cubes, and then we'll be whisking up some eggs and laying them over top. You'll see the process as we go. American cheese and our seasoning of choice, the usual suspects.
Right, obviously when you're doing omelets, you put whatever you want in it. And this came down to more of what we had. I would love to put some green peppers in, didn't have any green peppers.
Yep.
We've got some tomatoes for that freshness. We've got some onions, which we'll actually not saute, but we'll put on the griddle for just a little bit.
Yep.
We're gonna start cooking these up, and let's get to the process so you can see how it goes.
Here we go. All right, for starters, I'm just gonna lay down a bunch of butter right here.
All right, just a bunch of butter. All right, and that thing's screaming, Bray. Let's go ahead and get those potatoes on
Yep.
now. And they're gonna start browning up as
So yeah, they
soon-
start to get thing, but you can see we've dried these out as best we can. So these are pretty darn dried out.
Yep.
And then Gonna get these cooking.
I would, Brett, maybe spread it out a little bit more, put more butter down. This is gonna take up a little bit more space than we anticipated, which I'm A-okay with.
As well as myself.
So the far left is turned on to low. The other two are medium low. If you're looking at the hands on the clock, you're looking at about 35 past the hour, right about the 7. That's about typically where we cook at. And the far left one is all the way down at about 6 o'clock. Then all I'm going to do, I just want to warm these ham cubes up so that when they get put on, they'll start to brown just a little bit, but that way, when we're ready to put them on, it will actually help cook the eggs and everything else that are gonna go on top of the hash browns. All right, so Brett, I guess I'll man the ham.
Sure.
You man the potatoes?
Yeah.
And those are cooking. Do we need to turn that down a little bit? It was on for quite a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's turn that down to low so we can control the cook. I just got done talking about where we're cooking the temperature-wise. But what we've learned is low and slow is the best way to start because you can always bring the temperature and change as needed.
It's easier to bring up than it is to cool down once it's just cooking because it is hot.
Facts. We want to lay these as thin as possible, and then we want to cook them about 95% through. We're going to throw the eggs in, and then they're going to continue to cook. We're going to throw down the cheese, and then dress them with the ham and the veggies as well. You know, typically when we do these, we always go with like shredded cheese. We go with cheddar, something like that. I love American cheese.
Yes.
And he's like, you know what, do what you like. We get our American cheese
from the deli.
In bulk, either from the deli or actually from Sam's Club in bulk. We love it. It is so good. So that's what we're doing today. I just love the meltiness of American cheese, which pairs really well with other cheeses. But today, we're just pairing it with the eggs, the potatoes, and all the other goodness here. So that's it. Now, I will say, one question we get asked a lot about the Pit Boss Sierra griddle and the Ultimate griddles in general is the 5-burner has the grease trap right here where the Sierra has it up in the front, whether or not we like it. To be honest, we do love it. And part of it is because we can control it. We've gotten food in there before, just like we used to get food in the rear grease trap system. But the fact of the matter is I really appreciate it because I can keep an eye on it and see how full it is. And it's just never been a problem. I think one thing too is maybe that's something that people think too much of or think that it's going to be a problem, and quite frankly, it's just not. Brett, would you agree that it almost doesn't matter?
Yep.
Man, Brett, those are cooking up nice. We're a little bit crispy over here, right on the edges where it's really thin.
Yep.
The middle still probably needs a good 5-6 minutes before we start getting the eggs. So Brett is prepping the eggs. We're going to do 6 eggs here. We may use the whole mix. We may not.
Other than the eggs, we are putting salt and pepper in the eggs, and I'm going to go ahead and throw on some usual
suspects.
suspects.
Give me some usual suspects. I'll go ahead and do that right now while I'm here.
Really? Huh. Interesting.
Thanks, buddy. I gave the
Got to make sure the ham is.
All right.
Yeah, tastes like ham.
All right, so usual suspects. If you don't know what usual suspects is, this is just a mix that Brett and I have come up with. We absolutely love it. We use this for everything. It is just a GSP.
Everything.
It's a garlic salt pepper with onion powder, adobo, accent, and I think that's about it. There's not very many ingredients, but we love this, and we do put this on just about everything. And so we do love it, and that's what we're seasoning with. Like I said, the information for this will be down in the description below how to make it, but also you can use whatever seasoning you like. So we're gonna scramble the eggs right here, and it's just a real quick scramble. So here's what's gonna happen. When we lay the eggs down, they're gonna look like they're not cooking all the way through before we start flipping and moving things around. But don't worry about it. They will cook all the way through by the time this thing is done and ready to eat. Brett, is it time to lay the eggs?
Layeth the eggeth down.
So it's time to get the eggs in here, so we're gonna go ahead and lay this in. Brett, looks like 6 eggs was perfect.
Yep. And then you want to
Okay, spread that around. You go ahead and spread that around. All right, we're gonna let that sit for just a minute. Let that really cook through. So these potatoes are really hot. So those are gonna start to cook the eggs. The cheese is gonna start melting on top. We have the ham cubes, the tomatoes, the onions, everything else. And then we're gonna divide this and fold these over.
Now we're gonna lay the cheese down. All right, we are making 3 separate omelets, hopefully. So we're gonna be spreading these out a bit.
Per Adam's request, we're adding more cheese. We're gonna connect the dots here, because why not? All right, so it is time to get the ham going. So Brett, I'm gonna use the big trough here, if you will, And we're just going to layer the ham cubes like such. You know, we got 2 packages of ham cubes. This was one.
Yep, that was all that's necessary.
Definitely, this was enough. Yep. And then, well, it depends on your style. I like them super,
We had talked about
super meaty.
We had discussed possibly sauteing the onions.
Oh,
and we thought,
I
you
did
know
want
what?
to.
Did you want to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and put the onions down. In fact, I forgot. Let's get a little bit of, because we've got a little bit of time here. So we're just going to go ahead and put a little butter. And I'm literally just a minute or 2 on these just to really get them warm and kind of just to get them buttery.
We don't want to get them too crispy.
There
so.
you go. I'm glad Brett mentioned that, man. We've done this before and we've just thrown the onions, or as Brett did, literally just slayed them right on top of the meal, the food. But this is a little bit better. There we go. All right, all right, all right. Brett, you know what? We've got some ham cubes that aren't getting
It's
in the
snacking
dish.
ham, Adam.
Oh, is that
Snacking.
snacking ham?
That's snacking
I'm
ham.
taking your snacking
Fine.
ham.
As you can already see, the cheese is melting, which means the eggs are cooking as well.
That's right. So we're gonna get these onions. Brett, you wanna start getting the tomatoes in? Because we don't need these on here for very long at all.
That's correct.
Apparently these are what we're calling loaded omelets.
Loaded omelets indeed.
All right, slightly caramelized. So these are gonna have a little crunch, but not too much. Brett, look at those.
One
Look
thing
at
you
those.
want to
Those brown
remember
look
is the
nice.
more you cook onions, the softer they're going to get, the more transparent they're going to get. So if you want them a little more crispy, you
Pull
want
them
to
sooner
you don't
rather
want
than
to
later.
really throw them on it. You can just go and throw them straight raw if you want them really crispy. Otherwise, they're just going to continue to cook and soften as they cook.
Right. All right, time to get the onions on. All right, Brett is going to get ready to divide this. Say it, okay? So
right,
we're gonna
yeah.
get up under, fold that over. All
Got
right.
that nice GBD right there.
Brett, we should have just done the burrito. We should have just done the burrito.
Do you want me to? You want to turn this omelet into a burrito?
Are we turning this into an omelet trifold burrito?
No,
Is that
it's
gonna
going
split
to
out?
break up right there. Yeah, so we're going to break this right here.
That from that side. Go in. All right, and then we can cut it down the middle. All right. All right, we get a little bit more usual suspects on the outside. All right, Brett needs some clearance space to flippity-doo-dah.
There we
and
go.
flippity-doo-dah day, my guy. Okay, so let's put this over. Do the same thing with this one. Let me too floppity flippoo. Look at that. Look at that little split right there. But otherwise, Brett, those are what we call in the business beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that. In our business, that's
In
what we
our
call
business?
it.
Wow.
Mine.
Nope.
All right, we're gonna let these finish cooking up and we're gonna get some B-roll on this. Let's do this. Well, there it is, and I gotta
there
say
it is.
this.
There they are.
There they are in all their glory.
Yes.
because,
And
my
now
gosh.
we're going to start the timer. We have 5 minutes to finish these. Winner,
Ah!
you know what the winner gets? A T-shirt that says I did it, and a picture hanging on the wall.
Oh, that is not true. But man, I am super excited to dig into this. In fact, it's been sitting a couple minutes.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's still piping hot inside.
Yes.
But this was such a fun process, and I would say overall it turned out exactly how I hoped it would. Brett, like we say, it can look amazing.
Looks amazing.
Oh man. Like we say, it can smell amazing.
Can I get a smell? Yeah.
Smell, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I
but
can.
if this doesn't taste amazing, then this was all for naught.
I'm gonna get a nice big bite right here.
Cheers. I'll eat to that, my brother. Bro. Usual suspects for the
Yep.
win.
Oh my gosh.
The American cheese for the win.
Onions for the win, tomato, the ham
Potato
cube.
for the win.
Now, I did want bacon in this. Adam said no. First of all, we didn't have any, but that's perfect. That is perfect.
Well, let me put this down real quick. I look at the inside and you see that soft potato and they get a little crunch. And I forget, oh yeah, the onion. The onion's got a nice little bite to it.
Yep.
Perfect. Usual Suspects was nailing it. And this is massive. This was fun to come do a large one on there.
It was, and relatively inexpensive because the
Yeah.
3 potatoes,
Right.
maybe a couple of bucks there. The ham cubes, couple of bucks. Yeah. So all in all, this was less than $10 for that huge.
This would
the
feed
2 huge omelets.
easily feeding the whole family.
Yep. Exactly right.
Easily feeding the whole family. So we absolutely love getting to come and do this. This one was another banger, another fun one to do, and one we've been talking about doing for a while. We weren't sure whether we want to do the fold over omelet or we've seen people roll these
Like
up
a
like a big
burrito. Well,
burrito.
now we're gonna have to do a hash brown burrito.
Which
omelet,
I
maybe.
think so, and we could actually like with chorizo in there, like a real like. I think we're.
Oh
with
yeah.
the potato is
okay.
louder.
Stay tuned.
Right.
Or stay tuned.
Super excited for that one. If you did enjoy this and this gives you another idea of something that you can cook on your griddle, make sure and give this a thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. It's one way in which you can support us in what we do. We love getting to come and share this passion of cooking
Yes.
with you. Brett, aside from coming to make this banger, I want to go and eat some more, so let's get out of here.
Let's do it.
What else are we doing this?
Because all we do is twin,
no matter what. And with that, we bid you adieu.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
And griddle on!